Hello everyone, and welcome to the commentary of the finals of the Warlord League, a Conqueror's Blade tournament that SUNTZU as well have participated in, and we made it quite far, especially considering with, what we had to work with a team that was barely put together. Yeah, I'm really proud of my team. Everyone did a great job there. We almost got out of groups and would be here participating in the finals, but we literally were 1 point short of coming out of groups. So yeah, sadly we didn't make it, but we still made it pretty far if you follow the tournament. But today we are going to focus on, well, the finals. Only 4 teams are left, 2 Russian teams, 2 European teams. The European teams are Rabbits and Engegner. And I don't know if I pronounced it correctly. And the Russian teams were Chaos and Exiles. And from what I can see here on the screen, Exiles versus Chaos is the first semi-final. So we have Russians versus Russians, and then Europeans versus Europeans semi-finals, which guarantees us a European versus Russian, well, finals and third place match. That being said, I already know the results, but I know only who won the entire tournament. I do not know who won each semi-final and etc, etc. Well, I don't know who won the semi-final from the the semi-final where the victors came from, which is obvious deduction to make. But yeah, other than that, I don't know any of the results, so I'm going into it completely blindly, apart from knowing the winner. Yeah, without further ado, let's start. I have to record it from a Twitch VOD, because that's the only VOD we've been provided as content creators. It was a silent stream. Well, I mean, no commentary stream. The stream isn't actually silent because you have the in-game sounds. Yeah, that's what we are going to comment on. So starting with the first semi-final, Exiles versus Chaos. We, SUNTZU, actually fought against Chaos, and I must say those were our toughest opponents we faced. And we also unofficially faced Rabbits that are in the other semi-final. We also fought Engegner in our group. Yeah, Rabbits were definitely really good team as well, but that was also before we actually learned a lot, because every single loss we were given made a lot to us as SUNTZU team and taught us a lot. Yeah, we've learned a lot through those, thanks to Rabbits actually. I think that's that loss, that was a first loss, which was unofficial because we actually weren't supposed to fight them. It's just the organization was a little bit iffy. But I'll save that for later. And now, let's see what the teams are up to. I assume the team we are looking at the moment, the blue side, is Exiles and the enemy is Chaos, judging from the overlay. I may be proven incorrect later on, but let's just trust in the broadcasting team that they got it right for the finals. I do not recognize the names. Maybe I will after, after all we've fought Chaos. So, Exiles and Chaos both are piling hugely onto B, both committing a lot of resources, not allowing either team to get it. They both take A and C respectively on their side of the river, and that's a safe, secure. And now Chaos have gotten control over point B, which means that they'll be starting taking down points from their enemies. They put a lot of pikes and a lot of cavalry on top of it, making sure that the cap cannot be approached, although we see Exiles coming in from cavalry charge from behind, and the pikes have turned just in the last possible second to trap those Fire-Lance cavalrymen and obliterate them with their own Fire-Lance cavalry. For those who are unaware, Fire-Lance cavalry was pretty much meta pick for this tournament, since there were no veterancy upgrades. This cavalry had just the best base stats. Some units get much better with veterancy points, but this unit was performing really well even without them. The second pick that you will see a lot of were the Imperial Pike Guards, I think they were called. Yeah, essentially an elite unit of pikes, the Eastern Pikes. They have Advance, which is extremely powerful, and now we see that in motion. The Chaos team is advancing their pikes through the enemy pikes that are, I think, just braced, not advancing, and that's why they get obliterated. Another very powerful ability. Those two units, you'll see them a lot, and especially here in the finals, when teams that got here, they definitely know what they're doing. And thanks to that advance, and with combination of some Firelance Cav support, Exiles teams have taken control of B point, but Chaos is quick to answer, trying to get A, although now it's being interrupted. We also see some follow-up chases, maybe kill a hero or two here around the B area from the Exiles team. But ultimately they retreat. They don't want to risk losing the Firelance Cav to very well positioned Krigstad Fusiliers there on the cliff. And now while Chaos lost control of B, they respond by attacking A and C, and they keep their 2-point advantage. So far it's still quite early in the game. It will all depend now who can wither down the enemy units the most. Because in this type of games, it is all about units. Who can kill the enemy units team, the enemy team's units more efficiently at the beginning. That team will secure the advantage. Although it doesn't spell like certain defeat, but it definitely gives a huge advantage to play off of. And at the moment we see Chaos controlling all 3 points, although Exiles, after committing a lot of resources to A, they get it back. But that means that Chaos had time to secure B as well. And the Exile team is slowly approaching. They just managed to kill one hero, but Chaos has a firm hold over B point with halberds and pikes on both sides. Pikes are now retreating, so there's a chance for Exiles. They have their cavalry incoming, although it's also being now delayed by Chaos cavalry. But they're in a good spot here. There are no shield units over here, and with crossbows raining fire down on those halberds and pikes, they will be slowly withered down. The question is, can they actually wait that long? Because Chaos is bringing their own reinforcements. Looking at the minimap, we can see more and more units and heroes approaching, and the main fight will be taking place around B. The crossbows, 2 units of crossbows are now positioned and firing very heavily on top of B point, and Exiles should secure the point. That's what they do, and that will push back Chaos a little bit. Although they still have quite a strong presence in this area, they seem to be now retaliating. It's really equal, but Exiles have a better control of the point at the moment. That being said, Chaos still has 400 points of advantage, 350 to be more precise. So the match can still go either way. Now we see a large portion of Chaos team going towards A, trying to capture it, realizing that B is probably not the best of idea at the moment. People are retreating away from B, going to pick up new units, maybe try another attack. Well, Exiles kind of unnecessarily committing their Firelance Cav into braced pikes. That's not even elite pikes, it's just pike militia. So, that's painful. Losing 5-star Firelance Cav, the best unit in this tournament pretty much, or one of the best, to random pike militia pick. That's a huge mistake from Chaos. Exiles, and Chaos now tries to take A, but they can only commit cavalry over there. Saying pikes incoming, they retreat immediately. Quite wisely, there's no point in risking losing that very valuable unit. And now Exiles team is piling on top of B, seeing that Chaos team is also looking to do exactly that. They want to secure and make sure that Chaos is going to suffer if they want to take over that point. That being said, Chaos managed to take to place their own pikes, although there's only pike militia that is now getting obliterated by advancing pike guards. They'll be wiped out. We have support of Firelance Cav, but they cannot really engage there with pikes in place, although they seem to find a little bit of a gap in their formation, but now they're getting stunned by all the heroes, and pikes are also bracing in their in their direction. So that huge pile of cav is not really going to be able to do much in here. They need momentum, they are not very good in confined spaces like that, and Chaos team is losing their footing slowly but surely. That being said, they're also taking A at this moment, which was probably left undefended. So advantage goes back to them. The question is how many units each team has lost. There's no way really for us to track it down, to track it, other than, well, just looking very closely at the match itself. Obviously the observer could press tab, but I know that is not going to happen. C is being captured by Exiles. Yeah, there's one hero plus a unit of Violence Cav. One hero from that Chaos team is not going to be able to stop it. He basically sacrifices himself. If he had made it before C was captured, that would have been worth it, but now he's just delaying. Although his units are also coming. What is it? Some kind of infantry? Yeah, probably Imperial Pikes. No, just Pike Militia. We'll see if that will be enough. Ooh, braced the wrong way, but there are two heroes now, and the unit of Violence Cav is not as strong as it could have been. So they maybe will be able to take control back, but as that is happening here, and Chaos is still firming, holding A, wait, Exiles are taking, yeah. Chaos tries to get C back as they're committing a lot of resources there. Exiles are just taking back A, which is also left undefended. I see one hero there over on the minimap, but it's, well, was for a brief second control of 3 points on the Exiles side, and they are taking this match back. Now they have the point advantage over Chaos, although it was Chaos from the very beginning having that lead in 300-400 range. But as I said, it was all about the units, and both teams have suffered huge casualties. So it's now all about the maneuverability. How efficiently can you use the units you have left? We see some, those are village watchmen. Yeah, we are going down to some really weak units compared to what we had at the start. It's all about being smart, and focused shifts a little bit towards heroes. As you can see, Exiles having huge advantage here over around the B area, killing hero after hero. And once they kill the heroes, they can use the units and heroes themselves that they have left to clean up the enemy units. Yeah, they're just basically going as one huge group. Chaos seem to not be able to form as coherent group as the enemies. We can see even a little banter coming on, as if Exiles already know they have won. And so far it looks like it. They are looking really strong right now, pushing down the enemy team of Chaos as they have tried to take over B, but they just didn't have enough resources to do so. Now Chaos seem to be shifting their focus and attention towards A, sending at least 2-3 heroes over there against only one of Exiles that is defending. But that Exiles hero has Imperial Pikes, their full unit, to help him. This is a very slow unit and sluggish that heroes can dance around, but we'll see how well that can go. Exiles are also sending their own heroes as reinforcements, not allowing them to really dance as they would like to. Around those, also some horse archers incoming, 1 or 2 units, and even another unit of Imperial Pikemen. So Chaos is getting nowhere in terms of capping A. They still hold C, but now with a lot of elite units committed to A, they might have a chance of taking B, depending on how many units they have left. They still should have some, and even more banter. That could be considered BM, but let's assume that just teams are having fun. And Exiles, Chaos, yeah, they do have 2 heroes, 3 heroes over at B, but that number is matched and even overmatched by Exiles. They just seem to be completely out of units at this point, and we're just waiting for the points to tick down and confirm Exiles' victory. Now down the river, it's 4 versus 2, some heroes are running away, Chaos is dying slowly but surely. Only 120 points left. Every hero death is 10 points down. Every second is 2 points down, so it's not going to take long. Less than 100 points left, and Exiles are pushing down. They're no longer protecting the points, they're just YOLO mid rushing. Something that I'd like to see, just assuring and confirming their victory. So yeah, Exiles have managed to win the first battle, despite being at a disadvantage at the beginning. Some really good movements from Chaos, but ultimately Exiles played a long game, and that was what secured them the victory. And now, I actually see on the Resurrection player that he is actually from Chaos House, which means that I was wrong the entire time, and it was Exiles on the blue side. Chaos on the blue side, and Exiles on the red side. Good job, observers, for confusing the shit out of me with your overlay, because, well, the team that is on the left on your broadcast overlay is actually on the right, and vice versa. Yeah, I'm really happy with my commentary. I did pretty well. I'm not going to redo it. So apologies to everyone watching, and to especially to teams that have participated, for me to, you know, confuse the two teams with each other. I just had no way to like ensure that well, maybe there was like watching it prior, but if I did watch it prior to recording it, then, well, I would know the result and I wouldn't be surprised by any movements or anything. So I prefer to go into it blindly. I'll just make sure, now that I know the names of players on both sides, that I will get it right for the next battle. That being said, I'll see you there in the next battle. So far, 1-0 to Chaos, I think.